If Heavenly Father created us in His own image, that means that we have the right to choose from right and wrong, and that's why God will only step in at the very end when He has no choice, and the fact that we push God to the very brink where He has to make the decision to destroy man's ability to manipulate, control, lie, cheat and steal from others. You have to understand that God creates life around the universe because He chooses to, and by that He chooses love. And all the things that God creates brings love in His heart, and that's why God is ever expanding and growing with love for eternities and ions in endless trillions of years to the 100,000th power beyond our ability to even imagine. The time God has always been in existence. This is not the first Earth, the first Bible, the first creation, and other planets beyond our reach are the same, struggling to find God and understand that bad choices have their consequences, and on Earth we are learning that the bad choices are going to cause us consequences within ourselves and in our planet. We look at archaeology and can't comprehend how wonderful these structures have been built in ancient times, like the pyramids, like giant temples built into mountains, but in truth they are not aliens from another planet, because the technology that was lost hundreds of thousands of years ago were destroyed by God because men became so entitled that they could rule over each other and become gods of themselves and create gods and idols and false beliefs. And yet here we are all over again doing the same thing, so we are pushing God to make the earth clean. All the superpowers of the earth have only gained one thing in evolution, is the ability to lie and deceive the masses better than they did before, and to control, manipulate and hurt others for their own gain and wealth. God gave us this earth, and everything on earth has been given to us freely, and the only thing God expected in return is the recognition and understanding that God is eternal and physically real. You can look at the mountains, oceans, streams, and all the living creatures in nature that live and have lived hundreds of thousands of years in harmony and only taken what it's needed out of necessity and never wanted more than it needed, and that sense of nature is more than above our ability to understand, because we do not live under those rules of nature, because it is always never enough for a human being to be satisfied with what they have, and will always have an empty space in their soul. Because no matter what material wealth you gain, you cannot gain fullness of the heart unless you pray honestly without any religious filters or dogmas of any kind or rituals, temples built in the name of God which have walls to segregate others. You don't need to be a preacher, prophet, or need any guidance from anyone else except that you have and was built in the connection both biologically and spiritually to communicate to the Father of creation, but only if you have true sincerity and honesty. God may answer you only if you ask what you truly need and not what you want. I truly believe that God will help those who can help themselves, and God will give you the strength and ability to overcome your pain and sufferings. People always complain that if God is real, then why doesn't He show us? And if you can't wake up and watch the sunrise and sunset on a mountain top or by the ocean shores and still tell yourselves there's no such thing as God, then you're nothing but a fool. From the tiny seed of a woman's womb grows into a full-grown man or woman, there is your proof that there is a God. When you watch a tree grow from a seedling and you see thousands of trees turn into a beautiful green forest where there is life everlasting, then you can say there is a God, and that is your absolute 100% proof that God is all around you. Heavenly Father has always been with all of us from the day we were born to the day we die, and even after that. When you finally realize that the only thing that can fill the void inside your heart besides all the material things you wanted in life is to meditate and pray to God by yourself calmly and respectfully with sincerity and honesty and truth, and then after you continue that through meditation and prayer daily by yourselves, you will fill that empty void that nothing in this world can fill or replace. See in